That is a disappointment for me, and it's too much like iPod.
I think that's the virtue of it. I think that's good.
It reminds me of feminine products. Yeah. I'm sorry, not to be gross. I think it's a terrible name.
Paul, what do you think?
I'm still cringing. Sorry. I kind of like the iPad name. I was a little bit puzzled to see that they hadn't actually bought the domain name. If you go to iPad.com, it's not theirs, apparently, which is a little bit strange. You know, Apple normally locks these
Well, there's a bidding war for that right now.
Oh, my God. At least we'll be able to watch Michelle's YouTube moment in high def on our iCarumba.
Sorry.
Hey, you apologize.
But, you know, the other thing that's still missing here is what's the battery life on this thing? This is a giant, bright screen in a very thin form factor.
Oh, you're diverting into detail.
No,
90 minutes or less.
That's important. Will it last on a flight from L.A. to New York? Because that's the only people who are going to be buying it are those in L.A. and New York.
But you know what? To Dennis's point, Paul, you know, what about, you know, they've tried to make a little bit of a foray into the business world. Is this for the business person? Is this for the business traveler, the business person? What do you think? Or is this for those who just have to have Apple products and only Apple products in their life and in their home?
No, I think this is for the primary market for this is this kind of casual media consumption around the house for those unfortunates like me who keep putting laptops all around the house because I think at some point I may need to get access to something.
Can I take
this is just a giant mess of a thing to have.
Can I take a picture with this and make a Skype phone call with it? Or do you know?
Well, according to some of the folks, it looks like they started chatting right after the non-disclosures ended last night. Yes, the answer from some of the reports I heard early this morning were yes, people could use it for exactly that.
And Paul, you see this more as used in the home because now you've really confused me. I feel like a netbook is fine at home. I thought this was an idea. I'm taking that baby out in my briefcase on the subway, in the cab.
And for those, to answer Michelle's question, it is 1 inch in terms of its thinness, and it weighs 1.5 pounds.
No, half an inch. Half an inch.
Half an inch?
Half an inch.
No, my argument
looks
for the
very
home
thin,
market here is this is, and you know, to be kind of brutally frank on this thing, it's only really interesting if you get, you know, giant units. You don't get giant units by beating up on netbooks. You get giant units by convincing consumers to buy 3 to a house.
3 to a house. And you see it less as a mobile device. I thought the whole idea of a tablet PC was to be a mobile device.
Oh, I think it is a mobile device, but I'm just saying in terms of if you really want to talk volumes early, I think the angle here is this becomes a device for consumption of information wherever I am around the house.